Hi, this is Sudhir. This is C#.NET Console Methods tutorial. If you are working on C#.NET console applications, these console methods are very much important to develop console applications. The 5 important methods we have in console class are write, writeLine, read, readLine, and readKey. The first one is write. Write method is used to write some message on the output screen. That means if you want to print some message on the output screen, you have to use method like this. For example, system.console.write of hi. That means hi message is printed on the output screen and the cursor will be present beside the hi. If you want to print a value inside the variable, you can also use write method to do that. For that, you have to write console.write of in the braces. Directly you can mention the variable name. The next method is writeLine. WriteLine method is under console class, is used to print message on the output screen. When you print a message using writeLine, the cursor will be appear in the next line after the message is printed. The code looks like this: console.writeLine of. In the double quotes, you have to mention the message. For example, hello here. So hello will be printed on the output screen, and the cursor will be in the next line. Next is read. Read method is under console class, used to read some data from the user. That means in the runtime, if the user is entering some data, we can read that using read method. But with this, the cursor will be present in the same line, and the return type of this method is going to be int. If a user enters a value like a, it's going to return a value of 97, because as its return type is int, automatically it converts the text to the ASCII value. So here is an example: int I equal to console.read. The user can enter a value which can be read using read method. And if you print the value inside I using console.write, in the output screen, the value will be printed as 97, because 97 is ASCII value for the value which user has entered, which is I, which is A. Next, we have a method like readLine. readLine is a method which is used to take input from the user, cursor will be in the next line, and the return type of that method is going to be string. As the return type of readLine is string, this is the most widely used method in console applications. So every time if a user enters something, that is taken using readLine, and it can be stored in a string. And as its return type is string, it's going to show the value which is exactly entered by the user. Example, string s equal to console.readLine. So user can enter his name or a number or anything which can be stored in a string s, which can be used as an input, and you can do some processing after that using that input value. And the final fifth method is readKey. In console application, the feature is it's going to print the message on the output screen and immediately it gets closed. So whatever you do at the last line, you have to write console.readKey, so that the output, the blank screen, will be waiting for you till you press a key. After you presses a key, console.readKey method will be executed and the output screen will be closed. I'm going to show you a demo of that. So I'm going to open my Visual Studio, in which the basic console application is created. Here I'm going to use console.write first to print some text on the output screen. It's going to be console.write of. In the double quotes, I'm going to give the message which I want to print on the output screen. It's hello. I can click on start to see the output. You can see that the black screen is appeared and it gets disappeared immediately, because we have to write readKey after every line, after every line at the end of the program, so that we can see the screen. So hello is printed and the cursor is the same line because it's write. If I press a key, it will get closed. If you want to print value inside a variable, for example string is there, which is hi. If you want to print the value, you can directly use the variable name here, s. The value inside that will be printed. That means hi will be printed on the output screen. I'm going to show you the output now. You can see hi will be printed and the cursor in the same line because it's a write method. Now let's go to writeLine. If we use writeLine here, the only difference is after printing this message, the cursor is going to be in the next line. I'm going to click on start to see the output. You can see hi is printed on the output screen and the cursor in the next line because it is write line. Next we have two more methods, read and read line, which are used to read some data. So I'm going to use int I equal to console dot read. No input parameters is required because they are going to read the data and they are going to return the value. So on the left side I'm catching the value inside I, which is of int type, and I can print the value you entered is the static text followed by value inside I. What are the user enters the data that will be placed in I, which is of int type, and it is printed in the next line. So let's see the output. This is for reading the data from the user and printing that in the output screen again. So I'm going to enter A. You can see it is saying like you entered 97. 97 is the value inside I because 97 is the ASCII value of A. It is automatically converting because that is the feature of read key. Not the read key, that is the feature of read method. But this is not used because always it converts into int. I want something like read line. It throws an error because on the left side you have to write string because it's going to return a value of string type. Now I'm going to keep it as yes. What are the value given by the user is taken using read line, placed in a string s, and it is printed. Now if I enter hello, the value is taken by the read line, placed in a string s, and it will be printed on the output screen. It is saying you entered hello, same as it is. Now one more example. I'm going to enter a, small a. It is saying you entered a because it is not converting into ASCII value, it is just directly printing the same as it is because it's of string type. And the last method is read key, which I'm showing here. Without that, the output will be closed immediately. So this is about console methods which are present inside console class, which is very much useful if you are working on console applications. Thank you.